Yeah.
Hey Heinz, well, podcast 7 finally got done after we fixed them audio troubles last week, and it was a great interview.
Oh yeah, what a relief. Podcast 7 now up and running for all our subscribers or friends and guests. So please watch out and have a listen,
Yep, and they're all up on Instagram, Spotify, and Facebook already.
including YouTube too.
Excellent. Yep, YouTube. And the person was Michael Ferguson, and he's the brother-in-law to Payne Stewart, who was a number one golf pro. So was Michael Ferguson, of course. But he told us about his sad story about Payne Stewart passing away in an aeroplane accident.
That was really quite an emotional part of the podcast, and also somewhat wonderful journey of like what it takes to become like a pro golfer. So for all our listeners who are planning to go into golf, or for you, our listeners who are already into golf, so yeah, this one's for you.
Yes, and it got that name of the podcast, Alan Lewis Raw Conversation. It got quite raw at that point when we were talking about his brother-in-law, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah, yep. Emotions start to come up, and yeah, that's the point of like having the Alan Lewis Raw conversation, because everything here is yeah, no scripts, no flashcards, no nothing, just raw conversation between people.
Yes, and he had a great story about how amazing his wife and children are, and great stories about his father, who is a police officer, as a in-depth talk about his whole entire life.
Yeah, that's right. So it's diving into personal relationship with the person that you're talking to. So the conversation goes from personal experience to really like professional golfing.
Yes, we're going to have podcast 8 coming up. When at this stage, podcast 8 will be in about a week and a bit. It will be on a Sunday. It will be dropping, and the person will be a Max Butler, who we were just looking up, and he's a well-known Australian artist.
Yeah, for this is for our listeners who are art lovers. So if you are into art, paintings and whatnot, so yeah, this is your chance to hear from one of the famous artists here in Australia and known in the world, Max Butler.
Yes, that's if we don't have another one before then. But at the moment, he's number 8. And today, we're not going to say it, but I told you who podcast 10 is going to be. It's going to be an interesting one, isn't it?
Yes, it's definitely gonna be one of those podcast episodes that I will advise our uh, listeners to watch out for. So podcast number 10 is gonna be a big surprise. So yeah, it's coming up soon.
It's going to be a nervous
Yeah,
interview.
it's
It's going to
gonna
be a
be one of
nervous
yeah,
interview for me. Trust
definitely.
me.
Yeah,
Uh,
out of all the podcasts from 1 to 9, the 10 will be the most nerve wracking for Alan.
it will be. So, again, as Heinz said, check out all our social networks, like, follow, and subscribe. And we can't wait for the next one. And make sure you listen out for Mike Ferguson's podcast 7, and leave some comments about the podcast. We'll see you soon.
See you guys soon.